So, yo, what up, though? I got K Killer in the building, Baylo in the building, brother and sister, family, King Von. Definitely exclusive interview. I'm so excited to sit down with you guys. I'm thankful that y'all picked me because y'all could have went to anybody in the world, but y'all came to me. But I know we going to do numbers because Chicago love the channel, and I know Chicago love y'all. So I appreciate y'all sitting down with me.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
No problem. So just jumping out there, we know King Von definitely an icon in the music industry, left a huge imprint. And, the mural down in O Block is going crazy right now. The world is pulling up to see King Von. I mean, people coming out of the country pulling up crying at the mural. Although the untimely demise of your brother passing, just looking at that picture and people coming and just showing him love, how do y'all feel when y'all see that mural and people pulling up from all over the world?
I appreciate it. I haven't been there myself yet because it's a little too much for me still.
Definitely understand.
But how you feel about that?
Me personally, I've been there about 10 times. 9 times I was drunk. I'm not gonna lie. My bitch ass and his voice cried 9 times that I went. But no, I appreciate everybody for pulling up because I got people DMing me from Germany, France. I mean, that's probably the same thing, but Germany,
France, it's too different. Cool.
Everything, like everywhere. I fuck with Vaughn. I love how you beat up women and shit like that. So that shit actually it do something to me and shit like that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't tell the world, but it do something to me, definitely.
Gotcha.
The genuine love.
It's genuine love. Like people actually, when I think about it, like where we came from, and I think about like how far he came, like him being locked up, me thinking he finna do life in jail, he get out 2 years later, you a millionaire, you doing all of this, and like people actually, it's still like surreal to me because people like fuck with you. Yeah. They really fuck with you. Like I'm his biggest fan. That shit's still funny to me. Like, cause it's like
we still
you really his biggest fan. Like we came from, I ain't gonna say nothing because people come from nothing, but we always had shit, but it wasn't never no fucking millions. I thought I was gonna be the first millionaire. I ain't gonna lie, but shit, hopefully I'll be the second. You know what I'm saying? But I respect everybody that come to the mural and shit like that respect it. I got people DM me every time they take a picture next to the mural. They contact me. They tag me in a picture. I reshare it. I ain't that type of person. I reshare everything. Mm-hmm. Every time somebody respecting him, anything, I reshare it. I repost it, anything. So, that's how I feel on that situation.
It's almost like King Von turned O Block into a tourist destination.
It definitely is. I don't know if you're saying Google Maps, but that shit on Google Maps now.
Oh man!
Like I ain't never GPS that shit because I know how to get there like from the back of my hand, but I never GPSed it. But it's definitely on Google Maps now. Like that, you can Google O Block. That shit popping up. Literally, it's a tourist spot.
And you always hearing people talking about something they want to go to O Block and.
Not me. Hey, I survived Detroit.
Definitely.
It's not about to come down to O Block, but definitely. No, for sure. So let's start from the beginning of the journey. On what side of the family, how are y'all related to King Von? Are you from the mom's side or the dad's side?
Mom's side.
Okay. And so on the mother's side, like, how many siblings? Because I know how it is. When you get famous, God forbid you pass away, you get a lot of siblings. Seem like they pop out of everywhere, cousins. But then, black people, we good for calling somebody a sister or brother real quick when they close. Mm-hmm. So on the mother's side of the family, how many siblings are there? And was King Von oldest, middle, youngest? How does that work?
He was the oldest.
Okay. The oldest.
Yep.
And it's four of them. It's two girls and 2 boys.
Gotcha.
And to clear it up, I'm his god sister.
Okay.
His mom and my mom been best friends since kids.
Gotcha.
So we've been since toddlers.
Gotcha. Now coming up with King Von, before King Von, how you pronounce his first name is?
Davon.
Davon.
Yeah.
Davon. What was the nickname? Did y'all have a nickname for him?
Von.
Just Von. It's always just been Von.
I don't want to say the other one.
I was going to say
I don't want to say the other one because he might get mad. But what my grandma called him. You want to hear what my grandma called him?
Yeah, what's your grandma called him?
Buttercup.
Buttercup. Okay.
My grandma got ceramic bears of all her grandkids, like at the time.
Yeah.
Like with all our nicknames on there. His shit was Buttercup.
Gotcha.
Man's was Pooh Bear.
Gotcha.
So but it was like ceramic bears. Like she had them sitting on her counter. So yeah, it was Buttercup. So, But we didn't want to say it because if he was here, he would have
Yeah.
treated us. He would have called me after this. But yeah,
Real quick.
So Von, before the music, growing up, what was that dynamic growing up for y'all with Von, and what was he like?
he was normal. Like I don't know how to say normal. Like, but you know what I'm saying. Like he was normal. Like when he was here. Like okay, so before he got locked up and all that, like me and him was like close. You know how they say like. So right now, people say like I get all type of DMs. People saying that I don't matter. I'm a cousin, this and that. But I'm a cousin that was like a brother. Me and him was like close.
Gotcha.
Like we back to back with age. Like we close. Like so. Like we was on a baseball team together. All types of shit. Like he was in sports. He was on a baseball team. He played basketball. He played all type of shit. Like he did all type of shit. He was on a Jesse White tumbling team in Chicago. He used to flip.
Okay.
He know how to draw real good. I honestly I thought
He was a good draw.
yeah, I thought when he get older, he was gonna be like a tattoo artist or something. Honestly, not even older. Like when he was in jail, I'm thinking like
When he used to send stuff.
because I always had hope that he was locked up. I thought he was gonna I knew he was gonna get out, and I knew he was gonna get out. So I'm like, damn, like everybody know him. So what the fuck you gonna do to keep like your name up? What it's people that got a name but ain't got no money. Like what you gonna do? Like I'm thinking like his ass gonna be a tattoo artist or something. Never in my life thought he was gonna be no rapper. Never. Even a year after he got out, I didn't think he was gonna be no rapper. You know how people tell you like I got this song coming out. I listened to the song, the first song. I think it was either Beat That Body or War With Us. It was one of them. Like he sent it to me. No, it was Beat That Body. I think it was Beat That Body. He sent it, I was on the couch, he sent it to me. I'm like, yeah, it's decent. When he sent it to me, I clicked on it. I'm like, I listened to half. I'm like, yeah, it's decent. Your verse decent. I went right back to Instagram, scrolling like, everybody send me their music. It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So he dropped another song after that. I'm like, this shit he actually getting raw. Like, where you learn this shit from? Who writing your shit? Whole time he writing his own shit. Whole time while he in jail all this time, he like learning all of these abilities, like to write. Like he putting all his thoughts, everything that happened to him, he putting all that shit into the paper. All that shit in his pen. Like he writing, he doing all of this. But not till he died that I actually knew that he actually wrote all this shit himself. Like I actually seen everything on paper. We still got it in the box. Like
We ended
all
up
his
finding
shit.
a box with all
We
his
found a
songs
box
and
with
stuff.
all his songs he wrote.
Oh,
Even his
damn.
album covers he wrote, he drew, and he directed. He said, I want it this way. So that's crazy. Like I never thought he was gonna be no rapper. I swear to God, I never thought he was gonna be no rapper. I thought his little brother, Louis,
Yeah.
he's a rapper. He been rapping since he was 8. We used to do his videos on a fucking Samsung, a phone, and shit like that. He's still rapping to this day. I thought that was gonna be the one that take us up. But Von Get Out 2017, 2018, you drop 2 songs. I'm like, yeah, they raw. You drop Crazy Story, you go up 1,000,000 views within 2 days? 1,000,000 views. I'm like, oh yeah, this the one. He raw as fuck. Then I see all of this. He texts me. I wish I still had my old phone, but he texts me. He like, cause I was driving Uber at the time. So
Okay.
he like, you ain't gotta drive them taxis no more. We finna be rich. So I'm sleep. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gotta drive Uber no more. Yeah, that's what's up. So he texts me. So I'm like, I'm smiling, but I ain't never respond because I ain't want to seem like no goofy. That's what he instantly called me a goofy, like for no reason. So he like, we finna be rich, Belo man, get up and shit like that. It's like maybe 3 a.m. He in Atlanta, so it's probably like, wait, Atlanta like ahead of us.
Yep. An hour here.
An hour here.
Yeah, so I'm still laying in the bed. He like, we finna be rich. You ain't gotta drive them taxis no more and shit like that. And so I'm like, I'm laughing, but I ain't never respond to him. I ain't want to say goofy. That's what he say. So yeah, I ain't never in a million years think he was gonna be no rapper. Like,
But what nobody knew was that he rapped for fun. He didn't really take it for serious. He didn't take it serious.
Yep.
But when he sang like it was taking him somewhere, he was gonna get that money.
Seem like those are usually the ones that blow up, right? The
Yeah.
ones who don't take it serious.
Yeah.
The one that don't take it serious and the ones that they don't think that actually gonna make it.
Yeah.
Because I have faith. I got faith in any of my family members that want to do something. But I didn't think he was gonna be no rapper.
Gotcha.
I couldn't put my finger on what he was gonna do. I
Because he
couldn't.
always had a name.
He always had a name. I couldn't imagine him being no motherfucking regular 9 to 5 worker. Ain't nothing wrong with 9 to 5, y'all. But I couldn't imagine him being no 9 to 5 worker. Like, I'm trying to imagine what the fuck he gonna do. Like, is you just gonna be like a sidekick or what? But shit, when he dropped them songs, shit, I'm like, oh yeah, we finna be fucking rich. Let me stop. I'm finna turn this app off right now. I ain't gotta drive no more Uber. That shit over with.
Now,
So
prior you saying he had a name, so before music, because a lot comes with King Von name. A lot of people call him the Grim Reaper, like his street name sometimes preceded him. Um, I guess as much as how much clout did you feel like he was validated in the streets prior to him getting locked up?
He was known.
no.
Known.
No, and I don't know. Honestly, we was young as fuck, so I don't even know what he was known for. I just knew he had a name. Like, he had a name. And they didn't call him Grand Reaper. Like, they ain't call him that. They called, I forgot who they called that. They didn't call him that, but I just knew he had a name.
Gotcha.
Like, because he grew up with Chief Keef. He grew up with Chief Keef. He grew up with all of them. Like, everybody that blew up from Chicago, he grew up with them. So, and we knew them when we was younger.
Yeah.
But I didn't, like, when he was getting locked up since, like, juvenile. So he was getting locked up since, like,
Since he was kids.
what, like 15?
Yep.
Shit like that, 15. I still got pictures on my Facebook, but like, he was like 15 getting locked up. So
Like, he was in and out.
in and out. So like, I never thought that, well, not thought, I never knew that he actually knew. I ain't know he knew Dirk. I knew who Dirk was. I knew who Chief Keef was. We Chief Keef used to come to our house.
Gotcha.
He used to come to the house, so, and all of that. He used to play with Sky and Louie. They was real little. He used to play with them though. Like, they used to do like backflips and shit in the living room and shit like that. Like, so this before he started rapping. So we get moved out to the suburbs and shit. We hear Keith drop Kobe. No, not Kobe. What was that? What was the first song Keith dropped? Not, it wasn't Kobe.
Was it
300. It was 300. He dropped that. I'm like, we all danced to the shit like this shit raw as fuck. We never thought it was gonna go nowhere. The shit went somewhere and all of that. Then he started dropping. I'm like, oh shit. He was at our house. I ain't gonna lie, back then, they can call me a cloud chaser because I'd be like, I was young as fuck. I'm like, I know him.
Yeah.
I know him. Shit, I know him. Like, he dropped this. Oh yeah. I used to go to school. I was in Job Corps. I'm like, oh yeah, I know him. Chief Keef, yeah, I grew up with him. That's my cousin's best friend. Shit like that. So, yeah, I'm like, he knew him and shit like that. My cousin know him. That he used to come to our house and shit like that. So, I ain't know, like, he knew everybody that blew up from Chicago. Like, and I ain't know he was plugged like that. So that's why he had a name. It wasn't from no Grand Reaper, no shit like that. Cause
he was known by his name.
Yeah, it wasn't by no, like, people saying all that murder and all that shit. It wasn't because of that shit like that. Cause I never thought he did shit like that.
Gotcha.
Still don't. Like, it's
him.
like the type of person he is. Like,
if you knew him,
like, people say all this shit, but the type of person he is, like, you wouldn't even think that he would do the shit that people say.
For sure.
So, I don't, like, still to this day, it's like, it's weird when people say shit like that. I'm like, y'all really don't know him. Like, this motherfucker we used to, like, do ding dong ditch, ring doorbells and run, all type of shit. Like, the type of shit we used to do, like, it was never like, he's a murderer. No, still to this day, I'm gonna let motherfuckers run with that.
Yeah.
Because he had to make music to make motherfuckers think that he was on this type of shit. Now, he did hype some of his music up to make it seem like he did all this extra shit that he really didn't fucking do.
Gotcha.
You had to do shit like that. That's how you get in your fan base and shit like that. So people running with this, like, that shit just be crazy.
But don't play with him because he wasn't one of them.
Oh no, he
wasn't one of them.
He wasn't one of them, definitely.
Now, when he did end up catching that charge and going to jail,
You talking about the first one or the second one or the third one?
The one that he ended up beating that everybody thought he was going. He went for like
that was the last one. That was the last one. Yeah.
Like, when he got arrested on those charges and going away, like, what was because being that y'all kind of didn't believe that he's living that life, he get arrested for something in that life. Like, what was it like when he got arrested and him coming home actually beating that charge?
Well, I still didn't believe it. And me, like, I'm very sensitive. I bawl. Like, anytime he got locked up, I cry. Like, I'm the crybaby.
Okay.
But it just didn't seem real.
Hmm.
So when he did, it was just, I don't know, I'm the sensitive one. So Balo really dealt like,
I dealt with everything. Like
yeah.
I had to like switch his public defenders, all type of shit. Like I really like I didn't have a car at the time that he was going through this shit, so I had to get on the bus. Like I was out of school, I graduated early, so you know, I wasn't working or nothing. So I'm taking a bus to the county. And before I got a car and shit like that, when my car broke down, his mama started dropping me off before she go to work and shit like that. So I'm at the county every court date. Every court date. Like literally, I ain't missed not one. So like I know everything that's going on. So, you know, all his homies, everybody from, you know, everywhere, like hit me up like what's going on with Von Case? Is he getting out? What's going on? Like what happened and shit like that. Everybody hit me up. Everybody, sisters, brothers, everything. Everybody hit me up. So I'm like, shit, I mean, it's looking all right. Like, we just gotta, you know, we gonna push for a trial date and shit like that. The shit went on for years, like, years.
Yeah.
Like, so,
Because he ended up being locked up for how long?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. Before that, he was out for, I think, about a year. And then he was locked up before that for juvenile.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So
Juvenile,
it was
he
like
got
he'd
out.
be
Yeah.
out for a second, he going right back.
Going right back. Yeah.
Getting out, going right back in.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like in our childhood, like we didn't get to spend as much time with him because he stayed locked up.
Gotcha. So he beats this case. What was the energy like when he's coming home and he beats? Because I mean, a lot of
So
people.
the same day, like not even the same day, you know, like in the courtroom, like, so in the courtroom you had, I think, yeah, Mona Lisa was there. It was this girl he was talking to named Hannah, Nari. It was a lot. It was people that actually fuck with him that we grew up with that was there for him. Like it was people that have actually fuck with him. So, but you know, it was like so many continuance like in the court date. So people didn't think it was like this was going to be the actual court date. So a lot of people didn't come. But like that day of, his public defender sat all us in the hall and was like, this is it. Like either he guilty or he not. Like whatever the outcome is, don't y'all stand up. Don't y'all like hug or don't do shit because they can leave. Don't do the most because they can leave. They can like take that, you know, and they can run with it and shit like that. So when they said Davon Bennett not guilty 3 times, his ass turned around to us. He started throwing up gang signs, all type of shit. The judge, I mean, not the judge, but the public defender just told him, don't do that. You can't do that. You can't react. So he turned around like, I think I got a video somewhere too. But he turned around like, I ain't gonna lie, we used to sneak our phones in. So
Definitely
you know how they go.
did.
We snuck our phones in. That's how we got pictures. Do something. Nah, just
Yeah.
playing. But yeah, he turned around throwing up gang signs and shit. After they said not guilty 3 times, everybody cried. His mama cried. We all cried. You know me. Once again, I'm trying not to show that I'm crying because I know what the fuck he gonna say. He gonna be like, "Get your bitch ass out. You crying?" And shit like that. Like that's the type of person he is. Like he
Yeah.
don't want.
He hated
He
that
show
sensitive
emotion,
shit.
but he don't want us to show emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like he gon' like I know him, so I know when he like feeling some type of way. So I'm like, I tried not to, but I mean, I did shit. I've been going to court back and forth with you for 4 years. So, shit, we finally got fucking justice. You ain't do that shit. You ain't do it. Motherfuckers that actually did time for that shit, doing time for that shit, they guilty. But you not guilty. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. You not guilty on that. You not.
Sure.
So, I'm a rap. One thing about me is I'm gonna rap for my family, whether it's her, my best friend, my little cousin, whatever. I'm gonna rap for anybody in my family, friends, anybody I'm cool with. I'm gonna rap for y'all. Like people on, I know I'm changing the subject right now, y'all, but like people on the internet, like they misunderstand me a lot. Like I'm really gonna be there for people that actually care about me and fuck with me. Like I'm not gonna let nobody talk about y'all bad. And I know the truth. Like I know you're not this type of person. I know you're not like this. So I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna step in and say something. I risk my life for you. You know what I'm saying? I risk whatever. Like I got a business and shit. So I mean, like, I'm not gonna let nobody, like I already lost a lot of family members in 2020. I'm not trying to lose another one or let somebody like, lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like lose their mind or go crazy or whatever like that, like over some rumors or whatever like that. I'm gonna clear that shit up because honestly, I beat myself up every day because I wasn't there for him the day that, the shit happened because November 6th, I had a photo shoot for my clothing line, my first photo shoot. I canceled it. I still ain't did no photo shoot. I'm actually nervous to do one because I'm like, it's like, damn, I did a photo shoot. I was trying to do a photo shoot for my first brand. Tried to do a photo shoot, and this shit happened. On my, hours before my cousin's birthday. That we also grew up. She don't like to be in the media, but that we also grew up with. Her birthday November 5th, but like we was celebrating her birthday and shit like that, and then November 6th this shit happened. I get a call, but
And we'll definitely get to that part of the story. I know he come out of jail. And I think the first time I really got introduced to King Von is when Dirk took him on the Breakfast Club.
right.
And he was on there and seeing that chemistry. And, the internet always run wild where Von got to talking and he was saying something and Dirk kind of looked at him like, hey, well, like, what y'all thinking about that?
I got that in my phone. I be laughing at that shit. Like, it's funny because they facial expressions. I know Von facial expression. He got that.
He gonna say whatever he want to say.
Yeah.
He looking like, who you talking to? Like, that's what he's saying in his head, but he ain't say that shit because he being filmed. But that shit funny as fuck to me.
So, now, took it to the O.
Favorite song.
Song is hard. And I think that's really when the world just starts swarming on Von. When y'all heard that song drop, because obviously you critical, you don't mind giving him it. Hey, that's cool. I rock with that. But I'm quite sure when he took it to the O, like when you heard that, did you feel like, okay, this is the one? Or did you hear it before he even hit the world? Or did you?
I heard it before. I heard everything before. He used to send me everything. So that's what I'm saying. He used to send me every song he dropped. Like every song. I heard it before. But but still, like the same hype all y'all have, because y'all ain't here before, I still had that same hype. I'm like, everybody get to hit it. What the fuck I heard before?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, like my cousin raw as fuck. I've been saying that.
Gotcha.
I've been saying that. Like,
so what's y'all take on, because of course Von had a public relationship with Asian Doll. Like, what's y'all take on Asian Doll? How did y'all feel about it? And do y'all feel like I guess at the end of the day, how did y'all feel about it in their relationship?
that's my cousin.
We locked in for life.
We locked in. She considered my cousin too. So let me explain something to y'all. With these for the people that own these fake pages too. This for all y'all ass. So, like Asian been there. Like when Von first blew up, so he blew up in 2017. He dropped Crazy Story. No, he didn't blow up in 2017. He got out in 2017. He blew up in 2018. He got with I want to say Asian in 2019. I don't know exact year or date, whatever. Yeah, no, not 2019. The end of 2018. He got with her. So she been hitting me up ever since and all of that like that. So the type of person Von is, I'm not gonna lie. All y'all know that's watching this, any female that's watching this, y'all know that he be like passing through female. I ain't gonna say bitches. I respect y'all.
You just said it, but go ahead.
But no, y'all not bitches. But he be passing through females, so like out of all the females he passed through, it's a couple females that actually, like, I don't know if y'all names want to be in here. I ain't gonna name y'all name, but it's a couple females that actually
stuck.
Like, no, not even that. Like, that he actually introduced to my grandma. My grandma, he loved the fuck out of his grandma, literally. He loved the fuck out of his grandma. So anybody he let meet his grandma, he really locked in with. Literally.
Got you.
Literally. He ain't letting the motherfuckers know, like, where his grandma stay, his mama stay, none of that shit. So literally, like, some people say, like, we didn't know who you was before Von got on this shit. You still don't know who I am, because if you knew, you wouldn't be fucking with me right now. Because I'm not the one.
Me
But no,
as well.
yeah, her as well. But that's besides the point. But I'm saying, like, he like to keep some, his family, his people he grew up with. He like to keep them like private. Like he don't want them in the media. He want them to still do regular shit. He don't want them to have to look over their back and shit like that. So his, like, Asian came to my grandma's house. I was in the room when Asian came. When I first met her, she came in the house. This is before Broke Ops dropped. I met her. Good vibes only. Like, everything was like good vibes only. My grandma don't even compliment motherfuckers. She usually will whisper in my ear when motherfuckers walk up and say, I don't like this motherfucker. I don't like her.
One thing Granny gonna do is sneak this.
My grandma sneak this.
She gonna sneak this.
I'm thinking like, damn, Granny, you ain't sneak this on Asian. Granny, so she like, I like her. I like the doll and this and that. Like, okay. This is what she was saying to me. Like, I'm like, okay, Granny, you doing too much. and
She
all of
knew
this.
genuine
So,
when she
and
said
this one,
that.
Von went to O Block, and on the video, he gave $100,000 to O Block and shit like that. So that was that same day. That was the same day I met her. So ever since then, it been like ain't none sneaky, no, nothing. Nothing was weird with her. Everything was like cool. Like you fuck with my cousin, you my cousin too. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with you. Like this who he gonna be with. I fuck with you. Shit like that. So even after he died and shit like that, people say she clout chasing. She not clout chasing. They got to understand like this was the last female he was actually claiming and with.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no clout chasing. Y'all got to understand like even my old Instagram that before this Instagram I got now, my old Instagram went up from fucking 65,000 followers to 116. So they call that clout chasing. I'm not clout chasing shit. Like they just want to know everybody who associated with Von. Like I'm gonna follow y'all. It ain't my fault my shit went up. Shit, thank you, but shit, it ain't in a like it wasn't in a good situation. But it happened.
Yeah.
So people can't tell people how to love people. Like she was in love with him. I got messages right now I can show. I don't know if I'm showing this camera, but I got messages right now I can fucking show. Like him making sure she got her flowers for Valentine's Day. Honestly, besides 2 females, I don't know no females he did that for but her. And actually met my grandma. It's 2 females, right? They know who they is. When they see this, they know who they is. They can actually vouch and say, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but my grandma, like, he don't play about his grandma. He don't, like, he actually got a, like, when he died, we got it at our house right now. It's a pillow with, him and my grandma last messages. And the messages on the pillow says, "I love you forever and a day." She was telling my grandma was telling Von that, and like she was saying, make sure that the Dow get well and stuff like that. Like that's what she was saying.
Gotcha.
The Dow is Asian, of course, because she was sick at the time.
Definitely understand.
So she was saying, make sure she get well. So when people say she not clout chasing. This is who she was with. Now when she started representing him and shit like that, I actually, in my heart, in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm saying thank you. Like, you actually keeping his shit going because you posted him. So they basically don't want her to post him. They don't want her to say this. They don't want her to say that because it's like, oh shit.
Oh, you got
They
They don't want her to say like nothing because they're gonna say clout chasing. So
you grab that for me, Corey. You cool.
They're gonna say it's clout chasing, but she not, honestly.
So y'all was okay with like, because people would look at it like her titling herself as Queen Von. But then, of course, people pass away, but people also move on and start dating again. But when you see her claim Queen Von, but then you see her in relationship with other rappers, people start to look at it like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people look at that as off-putting. Like, okay, you can be Asian doll and date X, Y, and Z, but you taking on Queen Von as you kicking it with another rapper. Like, was y'all cool with that, or y'all felt like, hey, that's life goes on?
I'm gonna let you talk.
I didn't have a problem with that.
That's cool.
She can claim that.
Gotcha.
That's her name.
That's dope.
Me, I didn't have a problem with it. I actually talked to her before she did it.
She
Asian calls me for anything she do. Like if she gonna get in a relationship with somebody, you young as fuck. You younger than me. Move on. You can move on.
Mm-hmm.
You got to move on eventually. So I don't know how it is when you're in a relationship with somebody that you was in a relationship with that they die. Like, I don't know how that is.
Yeah.
So by her being in a relationship, well, they went in a relationship when he died. Like, but in October, it's still videos up. They was in each other's face. Like, literally. They was on, Von had a lime green shirt on. They was together, like, in a video. Like, in October, not the end. The beginning of October, they was together. So they was still broken up, but they was together.
And that's what people don't know. They think just because on the internet it's showing like they wasn't together, they wasn't messing around, they still was messing around.
Gotcha.
Still messing around. I know how my cousin is. That's why people don't understand. When I get on live and talk shit, I'm just not talking shit for no reason. I'm talking shit for a build up. Like people playing with me and acting like I don't know what the fuck going on. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly how he moved. Mm-hmm. So if Von would have felt like she was an op or anything, he would have literally told me, hey, Bello, stop posting her. You tweaking.
Yeah.
Tweaking. Literally, you tweaking. Stop posting this bitch. She's an op. Never said that. She had my outfit on from Cruel Culture. She had my outfit on. He reposted it. Literally, he reposted it. When she had it on. And he would never did no shit like that. I'm telling you, I know how he operate. It's plenty of females that he said that this bitch is a hoe, this bitch is a op, this and that. Asian ain't one of them.
Random question, but did Vaughn actually go to college?
Yes. He went to South Suburban College. What's that? South Holland? South Holland.
Yep.
I
Okay.
never went to college. He went to college.
That's dope.
I had to realize that the other day. I'm like, I'm thinking like, damn. Well, out of everybody and all this shit people saying about Vaughn, he the only one went to college.
Wow.
Him and his mama.
That's crazy.
And Sky.
And I'm
her.
back in college.
Okay.
Damn. So that means
So you back in?
Yep.
That's
yeah,
dope.
she back in college. I ain't
There
gonna
you go.
lie. I'm finna be rich. I ain't
Hey,
I ain't going to
yeah.
college. I ain't gonna lie.
feel it.
We gonna have that
but-
degree under our belt. What you mean?
Shit, degree. When we die, you gonna have a degree?
Yep.
All right,
Pretty much.
okay.
Hey, I feel it.
Yeah, he went to South Suburban College, and this will make me remember it because I was thinking about my grandma at the time, because you know she passed in 2022.
Oh, wow, it's recently. I'm sorry for
Yeah,
your
the
loss.
same. Yeah, it's the same as him. So,
Can you cut that?
Okay.
It wasn't 2022.
no, 2022. It's also
Oh, as well. Clear that up. You said
2022. It's still recording, right?
We
Yeah,
still recording.
yeah. Y'all see me. Y'all see the bloopers. Y'all ain't gotta stop that shit. Y'all know what I mean. 2022. Two O's as well. Also, that's what that means. Okay, I just cleared it up. So
I don't
yeah.
think so. Wait, what's the date? February? What is it? What's the date? The month?
What?
Your grandmother. What month did she pass in?
She passed April 14th. April 14th. She passed and Vaughn
Oh,
passed
in 2020.
She passed
November
first.
Okay, I got
6th, 2020. My grandma passed April 14th, 2020.
2020.
you. Okay, I got you.
Her brother passed August 1st, 2020.
Man,
Her daddy passed July 6th, 2020.
damn.
Her daddy wife passed February 2nd, 2020. Which means, what's that?
Seemed like it was 6 people. Somewhere in there.
It was back to back.
Back to back.
Back to back.
And what's crazy, we ain't never had no deaths like this in the family. Like, people would tell us, like, yeah, y'all family live a long time. Y'all still got grandmas. I ain't got no grandma. Shit like that. Everything happened in 1 year. 1 year. Literally.
So take me through the day, because I know prior, maybe a week before, a couple of days before Vaughn passed, he was in Dallas with Asian Doll. He had came down to Dallas. I saw Kenny B with him. I think they had hit up V Live for a little bit.
You said Dallas?
Yeah, he had came down to visit Dallas. I don't know if it was like a month prior, but he was down there with Asian Doll. Cause
Is that what I was just talking about when they was together
Yeah,
at a strip club?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was down in Dallas.
And they was on live. And they wasn't in a relationship. They wasn't together at all.
Yeah. Take me through the day. What was your last conversation like with Vaughn before he passed, and how did y'all find out?
I talked to him the morning of, what you call it, the day before?
It's November 5th. You talked to November 5th.
November 5th. He was getting his head done for that night. And he not sentimental, so when we chop it up, it just be, we telling each other what we doing, and we love each other, and it be that. But on this particular FaceTime call, I was at work, and I was watching him getting his head done, and he real tender-headed, so he just steady oohing and ahhing. I'm like, damn, if she hurting you, tell her she hurting you. Like, you just sitting there. He like, I ain't gonna lie, you is hurting me. Could you be a little soft or whatever? So I was just sitting there watching him getting his hair done, which is unusual. Like, it's no soft shit with us. Like, we say we got to say, we say, we love you. All right, we'll talk to you later. But he looking at me, and I'm just looking at him on the phone or whatever. And then I was working for CPS, so the principal ended up calling me on the intercom, and I told him, like, I got to go. I'm going to call you later. I love you. But it's just, we was just sitting there looking at each other. Like, we never did nothing like that. Like, just kept it,
That's crazy.
Yeah, so when he passed, like, that stuck with me, like, damn,
I got you.
Yeah, but, yeah, I talked to him that morning, the day he was getting
I
his
did
head done
too.
for that night.
And so
It's
what was
coincidence. When he called me, matter of fact, I ain't gonna lie, I called him. Now, he ain't called me. I called him because that same November 5th, that's my cousin's birthday. That's our other cousin we grew up. Her name Misha. She just said, don't mention her name in this interview.
Misha.
I don't give a fuck. That's my cousin Misha. It's her birthday November 5th. So the reason I called him to check on him too. That's number one. Number two is because I ain't heard from him like in a week before that. So number two, I called him because me and her having a conversation while we getting ready for her birthday. She like, I'm like, did you hear from did Devon tell you happy birthday? She like, no, he didn't. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, what you
And
mean?
that's the thing. Like, somebody gotta tell him about somebody's birthday.
He be forgetting.
Like, I
He
used
used
to
to
tell his
know in
mama,
jail.
like, somebody better remind him to call me on my birthday. But he remembered. It just took him a minute to call me. And like, it's so crazy because I didn't care about nobody else calling me on my birthday but him. Like, that's how I always been about him. Like, after I got that call about him, call from him, I'm cool. Like,
Gotcha.
yep.
Yeah. So, what I was gonna say, like, on his birthday. I mean, no, not on his birthday. On her birthday, I'm like, Devon call you. She like, nah, but you know I don't give a fuck. I'm like, but it's still a principle. Like, did he call you? So I'm like, did you say he send you something and all that? Cause you know
That's
he
your
be
favorite
coming.
thing to say.
Did he send you something? Yeah, cause I'm like, he be coming through for everybody for their birthday nowadays. You know, we got our cousin a millionaire. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
But shit, I ain't really asked for shit like that. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm gonna ask. But I'm like, did he send you something for your birthday? She like, stop saying that because I don't give a fuck. My other cousin, she real stubborn, so she don't care. So she like, I'm like, I'm finna call him. I'm finna see if he answered the phone. He answered the phone. He got his head back. He getting his head done by some girl. He like, what's up? I'm like, what you want today? He like, shit, fuck you calling for? I'm getting my head done. I'm in Atlanta. You act like you out here. That's what he said. I'm like, I ain't say I was out there. I'm just saying, I'm just asking. I'm just checking on you. I'm asking what you doing. He like, I ain't no shit. Probably got a little show or something like that. But he like, his show was his album release party and Top birthday. So he like, what the fuck y'all on? I'm like, we finna go to the mall in a minute because it's Misha's birthday. He like, oh shit, what the fuck y'all lame ass finna do? I'm like, I'm start laughing, you know, because that's his favorite
That's how
word.
he talk.
He call us lame, goofy.
Goofies.
That's his favorite words to call us, lame and goofy. And I started laughing because I really called him to play it off to tell her happy birthday. And he like, man, y'all ass ain't no shit. Y'all finna be lame as hell for her birthday and shit like that. Just to call him, make her tell her happy birthday. So he never did, and shit like that. Cause he was like she said, he tenderhead. He had his head back in his head done and shit like that. So we end up, you know, like Misha, like my cousin named Misha. She like just hang the phone up and shit like that, you know. So we go out and all of that, but I get the call at 2. I think in Atlanta it's 3. Is it?
I mean, if it
If
was
it's
3
2 out
there,
here,
it was
it's
2
3 out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's like 2:00, 2:43 to be exact out here. I'm asleep, but I see a missed call at 2:43. But I called 10 minutes later when I woke up and see my phone from Kayla, and she like I called her back. She ain't answered. I called again. She answered. She like I'm like, yeah, what's wrong? You called me because you know I'm automatically thinking it's something because it's like you in Atlanta and you calling me at this time and I'm in Chicago. So she like, yeah, she sleeps. So she like, yeah, I was calling you because Von had got shot one time, but um, Louis got shot and Slutty got shot. They saying that Louis and Slutty gone. But Von said he got shot one time. I'm like, what the fuck you mean Louis and Slutty gone? Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Mind you, I started my clothing line in July. So I had my first photo shoot for Cruel Culture in November 6th to be exact. It was coincidence. I had my first photo shoot November 6th. So I ended up having to like put it on hold because I'm like, I'm not gonna do no photo shoot because I hate getting bad news when I'm doing something. Like, I'm gonna put it on hold. So I found out that he good and he in the hospital and he good. And so next, she like, he got shot one time. Come to find out he got shot 8 times.
Oh man.
He got shot 8 times, and I'm like, and I didn't fucking we got calls from his cousin saying that he good, y'all he good and this and that. And me and his baby mama, Missy, we on the phone. Missy's calling me back to back. I'm calling her and this and that, letting her know updates like every 2 minutes and shit like that. She calling me, she like, Vonnie is his Vonnie is his daddy best friend, son. That I thought it was his cousin. The whole time it's not his cousin. When I found out when he died, that's not even his real cousin. So and Vonnie, I don't fuck with you. You know I don't fuck with you. And it's some serious shit. You know I don't fuck with you. So what I was gonna say, I found out from his cousin, like, yeah, he like Von good. He only got shot one time. He in surgery right now. And I'm telling like Missy, like, I just heard that he's in surgery right now. He good and this and that. So
Stop right there.
everybody,
Belo ended up informing everybody, you know, what was going on. Because I didn't find out till the next morning. And I'm calling him to see, you know, what's going on. And he telling me, like, you know, everybody's saying he good. He was fine doing his surgery. So, you know,
basically everybody told her, everybody that was there. Well, his mama
supposedly death.
flew. His mama was in my photo shoot. I didn't even know that she left. Like, I'm thinking this is gonna be a regular day. I didn't even know she left. I'm calling her phone because I'm hearing shit like from people, and she not answering on the voicemail the whole time. She on a plane on the way out there, like cause somebody already told her. So like I said, Vonnie, he talking to me and Misi, telling us that Von good, he got shot one time, and this and that. Whole time he got shot 8 times, and I didn't even fucking know. But I'm feeling better inside my head, inside my heart, like, yeah, he good and this and that because, he told us he only got shot once, he going through surgery, everything good and this and that. Whole time, seconds later, I'm not even knowing that you lied. He never got shot one time. He got shot 7 to 8 times. And I hear her in the kitchen crying, Sky. I heard her in the kitchen crying, saying that he gone and this and that. And I'm thinking, like, what you mean he gone? Like, I just talked about it. What the fuck are you talking about? And she like, yeah, they saying he, like, she crying. Like, I can't even really get shit out her mouth. Like, she crying and shit like that. So I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is you talking about? Because we just talked to Vonnie. He just told us this. He told me and his baby mama, Misi, the mother of his daughter. Like, Misi crying. I'm on the phone, like, nervous, fuck, literally shaking and this and that. Like, and then that's when they said he was gone and shit like that. And I'm thinking, like, what the fuck you mean? It's unbelievable and shit like that. So we take a we get on a plane like either the same day or the next day.
Because that day, it wasn't no more flights.
Yeah, the next morning, to Atlanta to his house and shit like that. And like, Asian came over to console us and shit like that. That's why I fuck with her. She came.
She did no lie. She came.
Her and her sister and her sister daughter came over to. No matter what, Asian came over with her hair not done, sticking up, no makeup, nothing. Like, came over, like, making sure my mama was good. Everybody, like, she tried to take our man off, but we was like trying to do, like, we was dancing and shit like that, trying to make not think about it and shit like that. But she came over, like, she came over.
We gonna go back to the day of when we land, because we're not gonna skip that. I made it there first. And by me making it first, like, I was out of it. Like, I really wasn't, I couldn't, like, pay attention to everything. But when I first walked in, like, I had all his so-called friends, like, everybody saying, like, they trying to rush back to Chicago. Nobody consoling his mama upstairs. So that's the first thing I'm doing. We all going upstairs to check on her or whatever. So we hug her, we make it in. We still hear them arguing with the drivers about how they finna get back to the airport. Like, nobody consoled her. Like, it was just.
You laughing?
But and I didn't. It wasn't registering with me at the time because I'm so out of it. Like, I'm not really paying attention to everything, and it was just like a lot of stuff that happened when we first made it there. Like, it was a lot going on. Just say that.
Gotcha.
There was a lot going on.
A lot.
Like how we physically there, but our minds not there. Yeah. We didn't get that from other people.
You crying? You need
Everybody worried about getting back to Chicago, not worried about his mama, not worried about us consoling us and stuff. And I don't even know if Belo made it there, but when we was all upstairs, just talking to each other. Yeah, okay, you wasn't there. All of his so-called friends, everybody was just downstairs talking about it, like, really loud. We was upstairs just really talking, rekindling the night. Now just imagine how we feel hearing y'all talking about like it's like normal. So it took for me to go down there to tell them, like, could y'all be quiet? Like, we don't want to hear that. Like, y'all just, like, it was a lot. It was a lot.
I can only imagine, like.
And when I found out that he passed, I was at a funeral. And I'm steady looking down on my phone. Like, I'm at a funeral. I'm steady looking down on my phone waiting for Belo to text me back. So I'm in the funeral. I'm whispering, like, Belo, what's going on? Like, you heard anything? And Belo ended up telling me, like, he passed. And I'm like, what? And he gone, Michaela. And, like, I tried to hurry up and make it outside the doors of the funeral that I was at. and I just collapsed. Like, that's the last thing I remember
Mm-hmm.
was collapsing.
When the video came out and y'all saw everything that happened, and then I know his manager did an interview on Vlad. What it? I think on Vlad or whatever. When you seen that videotape come out, did you feel like everything was done to protect Von? Could more have been
No,
done?
no, 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 no.
No.
Everybody that's everybody, even fans, his favorite fans or whatever, they know like everything wasn't done that could possibly protect him.
He
Me
had four.
possibly,
I heard he had 4 security guards that night.
me possibly, if I even though like I don't do like I'm a designer and shit like that. I don't do all that gang shit and all that. I'm not with all that street life shit. I ain't gonna act like I am. Some people act like they am. I'm not. So if I was there, I was telling people, like if I was there, what would have changed is the fact that he would have to call me a million goofies and lanes, but I would have set on him or whatever like that, made sure he didn't get out that car.
We would have.
You are the money maker. Ain't no reason you should be getting out the car to,
No
It's
reason.
like you the reason everybody is here.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure you didn't get out that car. Like if I was to like have to sit on you or pin you down or whatever, they Von like 150 pounds. I'm 220 pounds. I can pin you down.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand the night. What I'm hearing, this is what I heard. The night that Von passed, he was in the car, sleep. He was in the truck. His driver, he was in the truck, sleep. He left the first club. He got pictures. He left the first club. The first club was Opium. Y'all know he still got the post on his page. The first club was Opium. He left that club. He was in the and then usually when Von leave, I'm not gonna lie. Usually when Von leave clubs, he go to an Airbnb or something, or he'll take a bitch back to his house. That's just what rappers do. That's what he did. I don't know how that shit really go, but I found out. I found out. So that's what they do. So he usually take bitches back to his crib or Airbnb or hotel, whatever like that. So I heard that Von was trying to go back to an Airbnb, and motherfucker was telling him like, "No, we finna go to this other spot real quick." The other spot was the place he died at. So I heard Von was sleep in the car, and motherfuckers
went to go get him out the car.
Motherfuckers woke him up and said, "Get up, yo op, motherfuckers here that you don't fuck with, your ops here and this and that, fight." So I know me personally, and I know how our family is. Like, we don't really be taking bullshit. Like, if motherfuckers tell me right now, like, somebody outside this place right here that I don't fuck with, I'm probably gonna take this motherfucking mic off, and I'm probably gonna go outside, and I'm probably gonna try to beat their ass and shit like that. Like, cause you off something. Like, I'm drunk right now. Probably sober Von probably wouldn't have did that and shit like that. Like, he probably would have been more cautious.
Looked at the bigger picture.
But they gotta think about it. People, that's why I be saying, like, people be on the internet not knowing what's really going on. People woke him up for bullshit. He not in his right mind because he off something. He off a substance. Like, me personally, I have to like drink to even like to go out and party and shit like that. Like, Von is antisocial. He don't like, he's shy. People don't know Von is really shy if he don't drink. No, not even drink. If he didn't if he ain't high, like he ain't smoke weed, Von never smoked weed before he got out of jail, like, or drink. I got a video right now, him throwing up, like, because he was drinking.
Oh my God.
He had 2 shots. Shots.
Just shots.
He had 2 shots of fucking I forgot what it was, but he was with this nigga named Tony. He threw up all over the floor because he had 2 shots. He can't drink, he can't hold no liquor, nothing. So he wasn't the type to do no drugs and nothing like that. So motherfuckers been drugging him up and telling him to take this to feel better or do this and that when you go out to party and make you party more and shit like that. Motherfuckers been just feeding him shit to to like basically tell him like this was gonna hype you up, this gonna hype the crowd, this gonna make you do this, it's gonna make you jump out your body, it's gonna make you jump out the seat. So whole time he was asleep in the car. I wasn't there. I was in the bed when this shit happened. I had a photo shoot the next day for my brand.
Right.
He protecting his brand. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I was told. I was told that Von was in the car asleep. And when he was in the car asleep, somebody came to that car to wake him up and say, "Take your chain off." Mm-hmm. That's why I'm in possession, and his family is in possession of all his jewelry right now. Yep. Somebody told him, "Take your jewelry off. The niggas that you don't fuck with is here. You gotta get out on them.
Mm.
That's why if y'all watch that video, I watched that video 10 times. I can't watch it no more though. Like I just like anytime I see it on YouTube, I just discard that shit. But like anytime you see that, like anytime I seen that video, like I'm just thinking in my head like that's fucked up because like people really just don't even know like how this shit really go or whatever like that. But like what I was gonna say, like
When you see
I'm
that,
thinking.
like, cause I know 600 Breezy recently did an interview,
Yeah.
and he said with Lil Tim and that side, he was like, I mean, I guess the guy that initially shot that shot Von, he was like, I understand what dude was doing. He was protecting his money. His Lil Tim was the money maker on that side. He was doing what he's supposed to do. When you see that,
The entire time I was there, I stayed in the closet. I was in his closet. Like, I felt like I felt him most there. And it was just like, in my head, I'm just knowing he coming home. Like, it was surreal. Like, I knew he was coming home. And I stayed in his closet just for that reason, because I know he was going to come into the house and be like, fuck is you doing in my closet? The fuck out my closet. Like, that's what I was waiting on. Like, but him, Asian, all of them was downstairs with each other, uplifting each other. I just couldn't, like,
yeah,
I couldn't. I stayed in the closet the whole time. The only time I came out the closet was to use the bathroom. And then Dirk ended up coming over. And they was trying to get me out the closet. They're like, somebody want to talk to you. And I'm like, who want to talk to me, I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody. What could somebody do for me? And when they came and got me out the closet, it was Dirk or whatever. So he was like, they told me, you've been in the closet, you ain't been out the closet. And I just told him, like, yeah, because I'm waiting for him to come home. Like, I know he's coming home. Like, it wasn't really nothing to talk about. Like, couldn't nobody do nothing for me. I'm just waiting for my brother to come home. It's like, y'all don't need to give him no liquor.
It's okay. What's up, y'all?
But
go ahead. What was the question?
it wasn't no question. I was just talking about the time that
yeah.
all y'all was just downstairs and was able to listen to his music and watch videos. It just wasn't that for me. Like, I couldn't see his face. I couldn't hear his voice at the time. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just way too much. Like,
gotcha. So
way too much.
So that happens, like the funeral, because it wasn't a public funeral, right? It was
no.
It was private. No. It was supposed to be like 30 people.
No.
And I imagine nobody wanted to let us have his funeral in Chicago, because of who he was. They was afraid, if you want to say that. Like,
okay, so and then another thing, let me clear this up for the people saying he had a cheap funeral and all of this. Davon got a grandma on his daddy's side that's disabled. His uncles and everybody on his daddy's side was saying, like, because at my grandma's funeral in April, when I was here, he was there.
Right.
He like he made a joke. He like, y'all groupies say y'all crying and shit. Granny won't want y'all crying. Like, y'all lame say y'all better not be crying at my motherfucking funeral. I want a motherfucking I want to be cremated because y'all ain't gonna be crying over my fucking casket. Shit like that.
And mind you, at Granny's funeral, I wasn't even gonna show up. Like, I just couldn't show up to Granny's funeral. Like, it was just, that was too much for me. And he ended up, I don't know, he was there. He ended up calling me like, man, if you don't get your ass here, what the fuck you mean you ain't coming? Come on, like, what you doing? You need me to send somebody to come get you? And I'm just like, it's him calling. So of course I'm like, okay, I'm finna come. And I ended up coming, but I was in the hallway, and he came and got me out the hallway. I was crying. He was like, come on, man, come on with all that crybaby shit, He be trying to act so tough, and I'm just telling him, like, I can't go see Granny like that. Like,
what was I saying?
I couldn't see her like that.
What was I
but
saying?
He made me coming
you
up.
You can laugh, go ahead. It's
okay. he forced me up in there.
Gotcha. It seemed like when when grandparents or parents die, it's always hard. But when you got them siblings and them close ones, your cousins around you, it's kind of easy to get through. But yet, definitely when that cousin or that brother, that best friend died, that is completely different.
It's different. It's different.
So when Granny died, like, of course, like, we thought our grandma was gonna live forever. I thought, honestly, in my head, I thought I was gonna die before my grandma. All the bullshit I be in.
And I thought we had so much time.
So I thought I was gonna die before my grandma, but I just thought she was a grandma that's gonna live forever.
I thought Granny did too, cause
Yeah.
like Granny would tell me like, I miss you. You gotta start coming around more, you know. And it's just like when I decided to start, you know, it was too late.
Got you. Now the private the viewing, like, was it actually held in Chicago? Was it here
For my
It wasn't
grandma or
no
Devon?
for Vaughn?
it
was
wasn't
here.
no it wasn't
It
no
wasn't no
viewing.
viewing.
It wasn't no viewing. It was straight funeral. Like they was running around.
Got
My
you.
mom and his mom was trying to, find a place or whatever, and nobody was trying to, let us have a funeral here. So the day that they found the place, they said the next day we had to have a funeral.
So let me explain. So basically, like I just told you, at my grandma's funeral, Vaughn said he didn't like. I go on people's words. He said he didn't want to have no funeral. He said he was want to be cremated, and motherfuckers ain't gonna be crying over his shit looking goofy. His exact words. That's what he said. So when he died, I'm thinking of that. His mama was right there, so she know. So his uncle Craig, that was his daddy best friend. So consider his uncle. That was his daddy best friend. So he look up to him. So he like Vaughn got family. He got grandmas. On his daddy's side that's disabled that can't come to Atlanta to have a funeral or whatever like that or do this. So we gonna ship him back to Chicago and like have a regular funeral, but his mama was like from her mama, from her uncle, all that, it's just like it's overwhelming. So she thinking like anybody that can help me with this, and she let anybody that can help her with this situation help her, basically.
Gotcha.
So he was doing a lot. His name Craig, he was doing a lot. Like he literally was helping. So
And he was there with us.
He was there with us, yeah, during the time. He was helping a lot. So she like anybody that could take any weight off my shoulders, I'm gonna let them, take some weight off my shoulders. So he was like, Vaughn got family, he got grandmas on his daddy's side that's disabled in Chicago. I feel like we should, send him back to Chicago and have a regular funeral because his grandmas, they can't make it to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Vaughn originally supposed to be cremated. Wasn't supposed to be no gravesite, nothing.
We were supposed to do all that in Atlanta.
All that was supposed to happen in Atlanta when we went out there. So she, we all, like listen, like okay, you right. His grandma's, his daddy said his daddy, mama is still here, and all that. So we should have a funeral in Chicago so she can come.
Then what happened?
So
with his autopsy pictures. That's what made it even.
So that was real. Those was
that was very real.
Yeah.
Very real.
Just imagine we
and that was 2 days after we was down there. Yep. We was down there for the second day. I seen it first. Somebody sent to my DM and said, somebody said, a fan said like I see. I don't know if it's true, but I don't know if it's fake or real. People sending me pictures of Vaughn autopsy. Y'all need to do something about this ASAP. His mama was still in the room under the pillow, under the cover. Didn't know nothing about it. I'm not showing her. I'm not doing none of that. Like me, I didn't even want to see it. Like, so I'm seeing it, I'm like, this is fake. This ain't real. Because who gonna take the pictures of this?
That's
like
everybody
loved him. Like,
and then I went upstairs.
I seen them pictures and I'm like, this ain't real. But she ended up seeing it. Her mama ended up seeing it. Everybody ended up seeing it. I still to this day don't know if his mama seen it. I hope she didn't see it.
She sent that. When I showed my mama, Uncle Craig came in the closet and she came in the closet, and because we didn't know if the pictures was real. I said they wasn't real because
I never knew she seen the pictures.
Yeah,
me honestly, I never knew she seen the pictures.
Yeah, like, she said she wanted to see it, but I didn't want to show her.
I know she told me like, let me see what it is. Let me see. Yeah. I said no, I'm not showing you anything.
And
no.
She was able to tell that the pictures was real from his ears.
Wow.
She said them, baby ears.
Damn. So now we on like it's been a year going. This is gonna be the second year at him passing in November. How has the world treated Von Pass, Lou? You think that he's still getting the love and people are still carrying him on right now?
He's still getting the love, and it'd be genuine love. Like it'd be like a certain 3 pages on Instagram that DM me pictures of him every day. I guess they feel like they send me pictures of him and they tell me like they hope I have a good day, but I'll be happy to see his face. But little do they know, like it just take me back. It set me back. Like I'll be happy to see his face, but I mean, it be genuine love, but it's still too much. It's still too much.
We live in a time right now where hip hop is so dangerous. Like it's making millionaires, but it's not allowing those millionaires to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Like when you see, because I mean, hip hop is big on dissing the dead. It's op rap. These things are big right now. How do we change that? Because seeing the pain that y'all see, the fans get to just see it from the entertainment perspective.
Yeah.
And they just walk away with, I just won't hear music from my favorite rapper no more. But y'all are really living the actual missing void of the person. Not the music, but the person. Like, how do we change the culture so that more people are not in the same position y'all in?
It's a never ending cycle. I'm not gonna lie. It's a never ending cycle. It's no stopping people from dissing the dead, and it's just a never ending cycle. It's never gonna end. And in Chicago, it's nothing that's it's nothing that could happen to change that. Cause people like even today, people just steady down. It's just gonna be back and forth. It's a never ending cycle.
Because you see it like, not only is it happening in Chicago, but now you see NBA YoungBoy recently made comments, you know what I'm saying, and shot slugs, and even dissed the whole O Block. Like when you see things of that nature happen, how did y'all feel about that?
When I seen that, I said, "Little boy, that shit don't matter.
He don't got
Real
no
shit
better to
matters.
do.
That shit ain't gonna. Honestly, that shit can't bring him back. It can't do shit. You just trying to clout chase off shit that's going on now. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when it happened. So, like, shit.
And
It ain't me.
when he was
When I
here,
when I
he
first
didn't
seen it
speak.
on when I first seen it, I first seen it on Shade Room. But when shit happen on the internet, I get a lot of messages from like a lot of Von fans and saying you need to handle this, you need to do this. I'm not handling this shit. There's nothing to handle because people gonna say what they gonna say. People
Gotcha.
gonna say what they'll say. Listen, like even in the clubs, like in Chicago, like before Von started rapping anything, like people gonna play the music they play. Like if people fuck with a certain side, they fuck with a certain side. I don't got nothing to do with that.
Gotcha.
Like I just know my loyalty is with my family. My loyalty is with my cousin. My loyalty is with my brother. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Even before like he started rapping and shit like that, he used to tell me like, "Nah, I don't fuck with certain people and this and that." And I'm like, "Well, shit, damn, I fuck with them, but okay, fuck it." Like
Me, if you don't
and
fuck
shit,
with
like
him, I don't fuck with
fuck
him.
with
I
him.
was
Like
fine for
when he
him.
told
Talking
me
to my
certain
brother.
things, like I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can't fuck with him then." Like my
It was
loyalty
that.
with you, my family. My loyalty is with you. I gotta I gotta ride with my family and this and that. But honestly, me, do I condone people dissing the dead? I don't condone it. I don't condone it. Because I don't like people doing it to my family. I don't like people doing it to Vaughn. I don't like that shit. That shit made me mad. That shit made me want to go back and forth with each person that do it on the internet. But I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, well, Vaughn did it to this person or this person in the song, this and that. Number one, yes, he did it. Do it make it right? No, it don't make it right. Is that his lifestyle? Yes. Is that my lifestyle? No. Do I feel that it's right? No. That's him. Me personally, I don't condone that. But me coming to tell him that like I don't condone it, that shit ain't gonna really mean nothing to him.
Gotcha.
But I'm a goofy or I'm a lame and this and that. But that's irrelevant. But people like that's fans and this and that, like y'all dissing him and shit like that, that shit lame as fuck cause y'all ain't got shit to do with Chicago culture. It's Chicago.
Don't.
Y'all don't live in Chicago. Y'all ain't got no family in Chicago. Y'all ain't born in Chicago. That shit don't got shit to do with y'all. So when they say he dissed this person, this and that. So when we diss him, they ain't got like, what's the difference? It's a big difference. Y'all ain't got shit to do with that's they beef. I ain't even in that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't got shit to do with nobody's beef. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it for my cousin. I'm gonna take it for my brother, mother, sister, anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rap for my family, friend, anybody. Like I'm gonna take up for y'all. If I'm not here and I'm gonna defend yourself, I'm gonna defend you. I defended you when you was here. I ain't gonna never stop that shit. That shit ain't gonna never stop.
Nope.
Until I die. Until somebody put a bullet in my chest, I die of old age, whatever. I'm gonna defend you. I'm gonna defend my family. I'm gonna defend my mother, anybody.
Speaking of how you defend them, like for King Von, like what does justice for y'all look like? Because I mean,
For him,
for him?
Justice for me, feel like for him is people that's involved in it
Be put away.
be put away. Number one. Number two is, let me see, justice for him.
My main thing.
Matter of fact, anybody that got anything to do with, like, okay, so when he died, anything after when he died, people doing wrong. If anybody's stealing,
that's
if
the main
anybody doing anything like you going against Von, when you went anything you wouldn't do when he was here and you doing now, that shit needs to like stop.
Yep.
If not, your ass need to be put away. Anything like that. Like me, I'm gonna rap for somebody. If they not here on Earth, if they in jail, whatever, I'm gonna rap for them to the end. Anything.
Gotcha.
Anything. Like it don't matter what situation you in. If I rap you, I rap it. Ain't shit fake. Ain't shit fake. And it's people that I don't talk to now that I actually like would have risked my life for. I actually fought for. I actually did this and that for. But it's like, damn, I did all of this. Like, what's all that loyalty that you claim that you have for me? Was that shit fake? Like, it's people that I literally used to, everybody I used to fuck with, I used to ride for. And people used to tell me, even my best friend used to tell me, like, you doing too much. Like, they don't fuck with you like that. You being too nice. You being, all of the above. Like, you being too nice. Like, you doing too, like, you got to stand up. You got to say something and this and that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to,
Rick Dog,
add in
Rikita.
to
They know who
clarify
she
with
is.
his immediate family. Just because we wasn't down there with him doesn't mean we don't matter or we didn't play a part in his life. We had our own lives and own things going on,
Gotcha.
So don't try to make it seem like we a bunch of nobodies or we don't matter or we didn't play a part in his life. Because at the end of the day, his immediate family, we played a big part in his life,
Yeah.
And when he wanted us, we was coming. When he called, said he wanted us to come to Atlanta, we came. And the year, what was that? Like when he got out.
2017?
No, not 2017.
When he got out?
Yeah, and he was down there like 2020 when we all was down there so much seeing him.
His birthday?
Yeah, that
in Atlanta?
Yeah, the entire time.
That was that was 2020.
That was 2020, right? 2020, right?
Damn, we was down
2020, like I felt like that was the first time since we was kids I got to see him so much and spend that much time with him. And I'm big on like, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say superstition, but I feel like when I'm too happy, something bad's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, losing him, I never seen that coming. Like, I just feel like was we seeing him too much, or was we all that time we was spending with him and seeing with him, like, was that part of the plan? Like, I don't know how to put it in words, but did God allow us to spend all that time we did with him in 2020 because he knew he was going to take him away, Like, since we was kids, that's the most time, like, I spent with him since my birthday. He made sure I was straight on my birthday. His birthday, we ended up surprising him going down there. Mm-hmm. He didn't even know we was coming. And it was like, we just had a ball. Like, we just had a ball. Who knew, like, that'd be our last time? Just like,
It seemed like his spirit was very giving, you know what I'm saying, to his family. The way he showed up. I remember seeing the video when he came in with that $100,000 and he...
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That same day, that's when I told you I met Asian.
Okay.
Like, probably 30 minutes before that, they was at my grandma's house. That's where I was at. That's when I met Asian. When I seen that video, like, okay, so after they went there, an hour, 2 hours after that, I called her, which is Rikita, Rick Dog. I was mad as hell, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, oh, you gonna get them $100,000? I called her too. I'm like, you gonna get them motherfuckers $100,000? I'm driving Uber. I'm making money. I ain't gonna lie, I'm making money, but I got my other side hustles. But motherfucker, you gonna get them $100,000? But I can't be mad. Them was his boys. Them was his. He got to prove himself. This is people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm his people too. He made sure we was good and everything. But I'm like, damn. Shit, can I get a Cartier? Can I get a fucking Rolex too? You know what I'm saying? Like, but, like, I had to realize and shit like that. Like, You gotta realize when you get famous and you get all the people in your face, all the people in your ears, you got like everywhere. You got everybody from every side coming like, can I get this? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get that? And then when I text him, I'm like, can you promote this for me? I asked for something one time in life. Like I said, do you got this much of money because I can do this? You know, he's like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got it right now. Motherfucker need to start doing shit for me. I'm like, damn, I ain't do shit to you. He's like, no, I know, but there's a lot going on right now. I had to think about it like, it's a lot of people in his pockets because right now it's a lot of people in my pockets. I got a brand that I started in 2020, but it's still people. All this shit I'm going through, it's still people in my pockets. I'm thinking like, and I feel bad. I'm thinking like, even after he died, I'm feeling bad. Like, damn, it's really if people in my pockets like this, and he was a millionaire, I'm imagining what the fuck he going through, like turning people down, doing this and that. Like you don't know who real, you know who there. Motherfucker just ask you for shit out the blue because they think you got it because they hear you on the internet, whatever. That shit, like, I don't like. I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad about that. I feel bad about that. Like me even getting mad, like me asking for something and then he's saying like motherfuckers don't do shit for me, but he wasn't talking about me because he know for a fact I was there from day one.
Yeah.
Like everything. He know for a fact. But it was like a build up, you know. It was like a build up.
Got you.
So
I can only imagine like shit. I mean, it's hard to tell family, you know, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you come up together. This the whole purpose of getting rich is like, yo, I'm trying to pull everybody up, but then you also realize like, damn, I don't think I can pull everybody up. We could take a break. That's
Okay.
cool.
Can y'all call me to the bathroom? I gotta pee.
you got pee too?
Yeah.
Me too.
I
That's
gotta
that
pee.
fucking liquor. Like
With people kind of like you saying disregarding y'all, because y'all not. I mean, y'all have an internet presence, but y'all not building everything around him. Y'all doing y'all thing like what most people should do. You know what I'm saying? But down in Atlanta, and we won't touch on it too much, but we see some that was one of King Von's sisters, or two of his sisters, kind of go at it online.
mm-hmm.
And I believe Kayla, right? That's her name down there too?
Yeah.
It's a lot of K. Kayla's going, like, sliding, but I don't want
This
to
K
get...
killer. She kill shit.
It got you. But, like, Kayla and Von's sister in
Real
Atlanta,
life.
she was getting into it with another sister, and I don't know if this is a blood sister or...
It
Right.
was.
No.
Oh.
He talking about, I think he's talking about Mona Lisa, right?
Lisa,
Yeah.
right?
He's talking about Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa not blood sister, but she's sister.
Got you.
She's sister. She been there since the hard times to the good times to the bad times to the great times. She been there through everything. You know, she like real family. I consider her real family.
Got
Like,
you.
people say blood ain't thicker than water, but motherfuckers, when they show me loyalty, when they be there for my people, when they be there for me and this and that, they show me nothing but loyalty. No fake shit.
It's genuine.
It's genuine. You my family, you know. So Mona Lisa, yeah, definitely. Like, so I know what you're talking about. It was going back and forth. I was on that live. It was a live video. I was
Gotcha.
actually, I was on the live. So,
And so she made a comment. You said Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
She
You
made
call
a
Lisa,
comment.
Lisa.
Okay. She made a comment saying that Von and Kayla was messing around before they found out they were brothers and sisters. And that was it's kind of crazy, but I mean, you see that in country towns all the time.
Country.
Daddy out there getting it
Down
in.
south.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know that your pop's out here getting it in. But how that rumor, like, I don't know, was that true? Or what she said about...
False as fuck.
Gotcha.
False as fuck. She called me right after that live. I was on that live, but she called me right after that live and was like, Belo, I said, don't be mad at me and shit, but I said some shit I ain't mean to say. I just said some shit because I was mad, you know, and shit like that. But you know what had happened. I'm like, what you say? The whole time I was on that live already, so I already knew what the fuck, you know, she was talking about. So she's like, I said this and that and, you know, whatever like that. I'm like, Mona, I know that shit ain't happen. You know I was there and this and that. I know you was mad, so I ain't taking it personal, you know, shit like that. Like, y'all shouldn't be arguing on the internet, though. Like, keep that shit off the internet. Mm-hmm. So she told me, like, yeah, I'm mad as fuck. I even fucking said shit because, you know, the internet or the fans, Von fans take that shit personal. Yeah. And I didn't realize how, like, much that, like, I was trying to make this person mad, but whole time I'm making Von look bad and shit like that, but I ain't mean to do that. I'm like, trust me, I know that you ain't mean to do that. I know that shit was... I know you just said that and this and that because you know I was there. Like she was there. She was definitely there. Like so she know certain shit didn't go down. So and I'm like, I know that you were just talking. I was on your live. Y'all was on live and she came on your live and that shit just didn't like. I know that you was mad. I know you was mad at her, so that's why you said what you said. But that shit ain't none of that shit true. None of it. It's all false. All false. Like false. Like ain't no before we found out we was siblings and brothers and sisters. They been knew they was brothers and sisters from birth. They been knew that.
Gotcha.
They been knew that. Von daddy been around until he got locked up. We was young, but he still knew who his daddy was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he been knew who his sisters was. Me personally, I'm his cousin on his mama's side. So I didn't know all his sisters on his daddy's side. You know, so I only knew my people.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't know. So as I got older and he was hanging with them, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Or who is that? Who is that? And this and that. Man, you tweaking, this my fucking sister. I'm like, yo, sister. Yeah, my sister. So Von used to treat me. But the whole time, this is his sister. He been knew. So, we was like 12. It was like 12, maybe 12, 11. No, 11, 12, maybe 13. When I found out who his siblings was and shit like that.
Gotcha.
His daddy passed when he was 9.
Now, I know you was going off recently, blogs.
Always. All the blog. They love me.
You was getting
They fuck with me, but can't fuck with me, you know. But go ahead.
But it was an interview, I think a Hood interview, where what was the artist's name? He was claiming that he knew King Von. King Von had told him he had committed.
You talking about Jamal?
Yeah.
JHood?
Like,
what about him?
JHood interview. Like, what did you think about that interview and the things that he was saying there?
It was all a lie. It was all a motherfucking lie. No.
I sent it to him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no.
Yeah. See, Jamal, you know I used to fuck with you. You know, back then I used to fuck with you, but all this goofy shit you saying on the internet, like,
very goofy.
that shit very goofy. You know, like, that shit not even valid. You lying and shit like that. Von never told you certain shit. He might have told you certain shit, but he didn't tell you certain shit, if you know what I mean. Like, he didn't say certain shit over the phone. So when you sit here and tell these blogs that he said certain shit over the internet, you know for a fact, I mean, not on the internet, over the phone, you know that's a lie. He ain't talking. This man just did 4 years, sitting 4 years in the county. Not in the county. Was he in the county? No, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. He was in the county. He sat 4 years in the county, fighting for his life to get out of the murder that he ain't got shit to do with. And you sitting here.
Out of all people, him.
Saying that he did this, and that, and that, and that. And he told you that he did this, that, and that. And then he telling you about another man that did this, that, and that. He ain't tell you that. Why the fuck you lying? This man don't talk on the phone. I gotta see this man in person for me to say anything. And if I say anything stupid over the motherfucking phone, me and him gonna be fighting, fist fighting. So you know I know for a fact he didn't tell you that.
And he ain't play that
so,
when he was on house arrest. When he was just recently, when he was on house arrest from the case that he had, he was telling me like he was paranoid with that band on. He felt like it was recording him. So the way he moved, and that's not. He and I
don't know if everybody's seen the video of me cutting the band off his wrist. I mean, of his ankle. That was me cutting the band off his ankle. He said I was just a little goofy. You want to call it, like, you call it what you want to call it. But I cut the ankle monitor off his ankle when it was time for him to come off of it. But I cut it off, and he wanted to record it. So for people to sit here and wait till Von die to do, this is one thing I don't like, when people wait till somebody die to do shit that they know they wouldn't do if that person was still here on earth. That shit lame as fuck. I've been doing the same shit since he died, before he died, all type of shit. He know for a fact I've been riding for him when he was here, when he wasn't.
Yeah.
Don't shit change. So when people sit here and say what the fuck Von did and this and that, I literally be looking at the same shit that y'all look at. I see that shit. I analyze that shit. And I say, these motherfuckers trying to clout chase. Because I was there during these times that you saying, and you wasn't. Like, where the fuck was you at? You got a lot of people saying that I was there and Von was locked up. No, you wasn't. It was probably 8 people. 8 people that was there when he was locked up. We got me and Kay, the K and Bay show. I call it the K and Bay Show. Coming soon. But like I said, we was there.
Yeah.
Scott was there. Rick Dog was there. We was there when he was locked up behind bars. No money, no clout, nothing. None of that shit. All this shit was for loyalty. All this shit was because family. Like, all that shit. Like, I don't do no shit for no clout. If I wanted to do some shit for clout, I would have been on by now. Cruel Culture would have been, like, shit, probably up there with Rihanna. Just gonna keep it real. But, like...
Speaking of Cruel Culture, because y'all doing your thing. Like, you touched on it. You got on the apparel now. And then... Okay, you getting into the music, you rapping and stuff like that, man.
Oh, she raw. She better than a lot of bitches that's trying to stop.
So let's talk about like the business ventures that y'all working on and what can we expect
They
this
stop
year.
being messy.
What time we got the studio to? 6. Yeah, okay.
It's 519. Who are you?
519. Wrong room.
No, you good.
No, they probably
Saying
next.
wrong room.
They probably next.
They probably after us after 6 after we got it. So like speaking of like the businesses and the things that y'all doing, like what can we expect from Cruel Culture, and you doing your music this year, 2022.
See me, I'm just like my brother. Like if it take me somewhere, then I'm gonna go with it. Right now, I just wanted to. What can I say? I wanted to. What's the word I'm looking for? Hello. I wanted
Test the waters.
Yeah.
Got experimenting a little bit.
Yeah.
We talented over here.
Gotcha.
So we talented in every area. So if we can test the waters in different fucking areas, we gonna do that shit. Yeah. So if she good over here and over here, she gonna do that shit. She gonna do that shit. He gonna do that shit.
Gotcha.
Me, y'all don't even know. I got a lot of talents. A lot. But guess what? For Cruel Culture, I ain't only manifesting that shit. I know that shit for a fact. That shit finna go super up. Not because of Vaughn, just because of the person I am. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been talking about this brand for at least 4 years. Never started it. Ask anybody. I've been saying I'm gonna drop this, I'm gonna drop this, I'm gonna drop this. They said, when you gonna drop it? You keep saying it. 2020 of July, I dropped it.
Gotcha.
I dropped my brand. July of 2021 made a year. 2020, yep. July of 2021 made a year. So.
And so what is the type of pieces that a person can find for Cruel Culture? Is
you can find urban. You can find urban wear. You can find beachwear. You can find you gonna find lingerie, club wear, beachwear, fucking streetwear.
Okay.
All of the above. You can find everything. You gon' find everything. I'm expanding. People don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and let the secret out.
Yeah.
Get exclusive out. Cruel nightclub coming very fucking soon. Nightclub in Chicago, Illinois. Ain't too many clubs out here. I drink a lot and I party a lot.
There you go.
So therefore, we finna drop Cruel Culture Nightclub, which is good. It's called Cruel Nightclub.
Gotcha.
It's coming soon though in Chicago areas. Get like me. Motherfuckers ain't get like me.
And you just started your YouTube, so I seen you go ahead and got that popped off, and you haven't dropped no content. So is it a video ready? What's locked and loaded right now?
We got a lot in work.
Okay.
So Q&As. I'm gonna be dropping my music on my page.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be doing mukbangs with Sky.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a lot.
What's up?
In the works.
Now, before we get out of here, give me the most craziest unknown story that will kind of blow people back about King Von. That.
What you gonna mention?
Nah, you.
What you gonna mention, baby?
I'm not mentioning that. I know exactly what I want to mention, but I'm not gonna do it.
Man,
I don't want no female to get mad.
I want no people mention the same thing. Come and tell me because I feel like weird.
When you say that, what?
I mean, just to show his personality, humor. So it ain't gotta be nothing bad. Don't do nothing bad. But
no, it's not nothing bad. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody losing their life or nothing. It's just like funny, but I mean, it's about a life that could be here, but it's not. But
oh man, we have a lot of vivid memories with him.
I don't want nobody to get mad.
Yeah, we just gonna keep
no, I'm gonna say something. Though. I ain't gonna say no names though. Let me look in that camera though. Okay, so you know what situation I'm talking about. And if you get mad, no, ain't no if you get mad. Please don't get mad because you know I'm just talking. You know what's funny when we both seen that shit. When you and Von got done doing what the fuck y'all was doing, and he threw a pack of motherfucking antibiotics at your ass and said, take that shit.
Damn.
And you cried and you came in and hugged me and said, what did he mean? Bitch, you burning! Take that shit! Is you slow? Take that shit!
Oh man. Oh shit.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. He whooped our ass.
Oh man.
Nah, he ain't whoop our ass. He ain't abusive. But no, like, he like,
he was a character.
He was a character. Let me show you something. You recording?
Yeah.
You recording? He was like, as soon as they was on, I busted in the room on mistake. I'm looking for my motherfucking iPad. I had an iPad at the time. I'm 18, 19. I'm like, where's my iPad? I bust in the room. Motherfuckers doing what they doing. This the little pack of pills. He like, I bust in the room. He like, hey Bella, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, what you mean? The female sitting there like covered up, like trying to cover this. I already seen you on video. But
This man is
he like, when I come in the room, he like, hey, take these. Take these. She like, what you mean take these? What you mean take these? You know what I'm talking about, right? What you mean take these? Take the motherfuckers so you'll be all right in a couple of weeks.
Damn.
Take the motherfuckers.
Well, I
But
tell you.
that they know what I'm talking about. But you know, you could, that's it.
I just miss him as a whole.
Yeah, but no, he was real funny, like
a character and bipolar. He was very bipolar.
Yeah, he got a problem. He got a problem.
One thing with me and Belo is pride. Like we'll get into it with him and we'll stick to it until he realized that he was wrong, you know, and he'll finally come around like on some kicking it type shit, you know.
Well, I tell you what, man, I'm definitely sorry about y'all loss. Definitely, the world is, it has a void. But definitely, long live King Von. I hope that y'all continue his legacy. And I appreciate y'all sitting down with me. When you pop off with, with the music, when it happened, you definitely got to not, switch up on me and not come back. Y'all get Hollywood when y'all get on.
I won't.
It's all
That's
good.
one thing about me. I'm going to stay the same. Nothing going to change about me.
Crew culture, I don't know if y'all do 3Xs or not, but
I'm sorry. My bad. Like, since I just started last year, like I be having a lot of 2Xs that's like left over. Like right now.
People like plus sizes saying that they be asking for it, requesting it, and when he gets it, they'll be like what we have now.
I have 50 people 2X, 3X, 4X saying get larger sizes. When I ain't get larger than 2Xs yet, but they said half of them 50 people told me that there was 2X. I get 2Xs. I still got 30 motherfucking 2Xs left in jackets.
How the 2X fit? They fit like fitted?
No, they like
True to
they run
size,
big. They run big. Cause I got they run big.
Fit.
This I wear large.
Okay.
This is extra small.
Okay.
And this sweater. Y'all see the king on the motherfucking sweater? Let them know.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to.
King. But no, but
I'm curvy. This is one of the jogging suits.
Yeah, this is a jogging suit, right? This is unisex, so this men. So she got an extra large in men, so this goes up to
very stretchy.
2X to 3X in men.
I got a large, but I'm kind of thuggish. I like
so
a little baggy.
There you go.
But yeah.
Well, I tell you what, man, I appreciate y'all sharing y'all journey, sharing y'all heartache and what y'all been through with me, and hopefully we continue to meet again, but on a more positive note, and not have to meet under circumstances like this. Man, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.